Welcome to my class, student. It's class 6 English grammar. We are doing chapter 5 verbs, and this is session 3. We are going to do transitive and intransitive verb. What are the transitive verb? You know, in the transitive verb, the action passes from the subject or doer to an object. Because transitive, because it's a passing, transitive. And in an intransitive verb, there is no such thing. The action doesn't passes over to from subject to a doer or from subject to an object. Now, transitive verbs. A transitive verb denotes an action which passes over from the doer or subject to an object. That means passing over. We kick the football. So here we are seeing our action from the subject to the object is passing. And I feel a severe pain in my stomach. That the action is moving or passing from the subject to the object. Next, transitive verbs can be categorized into two types. One is monotransitive and another is ditransitive. What is monotransitive? In these verbs that require exactly one object. For example, he wrote a poem. Only one object is there. A poem. In the earlier we see, we kicked the football. The football. Only one object is there. So this is called mono. One. In ditransitive verbs, they require two objects. A direct object and an indirect object. For example, she offered him her car. So, what she has offered? Car. Whom she had offered? Him. So, there are two objects. One is direct, one is indirect. So, this is the first object and this is the second object. Now, next is intransitive verb. So, an intransitive verb, you know, it denotes an action which does not pass over to an object or which expresses a state or being. For example, he ran a long distance. So, he ran a long distance. You are not seeing any object here. This action is only limited to the doer or the subject. The baby sleeps. This action, the state, the position, the condition of the subject is limited to the subject itself. It's not passing over to the object. There is a flaw in this diamond. Say, is a flaw in this diamond. So, diamond, it is not, the diamond is a flaw is where in the diamond. So, it is not passing over, it is not going to an object. It's related, it's limited to the subject only. It's a being. An intransitive verb therefore has two characteristics. First, it is an action verb expressing a doable activity. Like arrive. I arrive. He has arrived. That means completed. He has arrived. He has arrived early in the morning. Now this arrived, the action is not passing to any object. Go, he goes to school. Now lie, sneeze, sit, die, etc. These are the action verbs. They are the showing the doable activity. And second, this intransitive verb does not have a direct object receiving the action. As you have seen, the direct object is not there in an intransitive verb. So, what you are saying in the transitive verb, you have seen characteristics, the two types of transitive verb, mono and di. In intransitive, you are seeing two characteristics, first and the second. Now, there are verbs which are both transitive and intransitive. It depends on the situation. Now, it is depending on situation. For example, such a verb may require an object, while in others, it does not require an object. when it is transitive. When verb is a transitive, when it has an object. When it is intransitive, when it doesn't have an object. So there are some verbs which sometimes requires that, sometimes doesn't require that. For example, continue. We will continue the meeting. Now here after the break. So here you are saying continue this past, this is the subject and this is the meeting. What will be continued? The meeting will be continued. So this is transitive because the action is passed to the object, right? And here the meeting continued after the break. Here what you are saying? The here continued is in a way it is intransitive. There is not passing over from subject to an object. So we are seeing this is a word. Now play. 3 of the students play the guitar. Play what? The guitar. The object is here. Just to find the object, always remember verb, then object. You will have to ask who or what. After the verb, if you ask who or what, then you will find object. So if you find object, that is the transitive verb. For example, 3 of the students play what? The guitar. So here there is an object. So it's a transitive. The students will play outside today. Is there any what or who is here? The students play outside today. So this is intransitive. There is no object here. So always remember after verb to find object you will have to ask who or what. Now there is some exercises you will have to say whether it is transitive or intransitive. Heat expands metals. Here this is a verb. Heat expands what? Metal. So this is what? Transitive. Metals expand on heating. There is no object. So this is intransitive. In this way, you will have to do this exercise. The driver stopped the car. The car stopped abruptly. You must speak the truth. You must speak loudly. The boy is flying the kite. The birds are flying in the sky. The rider fell off the horse and broke his arm. The woodcutter felled a huge tree. The explosion sank the ship. The ship sank suddenly. So, these are the 12 sentences. Answer is also here. But the thing is that you will have to do it by yourself. One I have shown you. Honestly, you do everything, then you go to the answer part. So here, answers are all here. Transitive verb expands object because object is there. You can go through the entire answer. Then second is the intransitive because expand doesn't have any object. Then there is a transitive. Third is the transitive. So in this way, you will see all the 12 answers are given here. But you will have to do the exercise by your own. And I didn't do that because I believe once you will go through the slides, you will have a clear idea of transitive and intransitive verb. In the next class, we will do some more interesting grammar part. Till then, have a good revision. Thank you.